Hello, good morning students. Welcome to the new chapter of class 4th, that is animal adaptations. Okay, already we have seen lesson number 2nd, that is plant adaptation. And we all know how do plants adapt with the surroundings. How do they adapt the different features? How do they obtain different kinds of physical features to adapt with the surroundings, adapt with the new situations. In this lesson, as animal does, as plant are developing different kinds of features and how they are adapting with the new situation or with the habitat in which they live in the same way, in this chapter we will be discussing how do animals adapt with the surroundings and how do they develop themselves and how do they develop different kinds of features to remain safe in the particular habitat in which they are living. Okay, so first of all, as we all are animal, okay, I would like to give you a simple and a small example which is very related with each other, right? As we all are also the animals, if you want to go for a holidays, if you want to go for vacations, suppose you are having plan to go for vacation at Shimla, Mussoorie or any other cold places, what do generally your preparations are? Okay, what are your preparation? What are the things that you are carrying with you and what are the things you need to take care as you are visiting the cold places? Yes, obviously we will carry some woolen clothes with us, we will carry some warm things with us, we will carry sweaters, mufflers, maybe hand gloves and different kinds of things with us, because we know that as we are going in the cold region, so we should not suffer with the heat, or sorry, we should not suffer with the cold. Our body should maintain the temperature, we should feel warm, our body should protected from the cold. That's why we all are carrying all these things with us. This is called adaptations. This is called obviously adaptations. We all are living on land, so we have well developed legs, hind limbs, hind limbs and forelimbs. So we have well developed hind limbs, we have legs. With the help of legs we can even walk, we can run and we can do many of the activities. See, why do we do not have the wings? Because we all are living on the land and that's why we can easily walk on the land, we can run, that's why we are provided with the legs, not with the wings. These all things are as per the habitat, okay. Whatever the area we are living in, as per habitat, we people will have all these adaptations, all these features, body features we can say, okay. So let us start with today's topic, that is animal adaptations. Hope you all are clear with the introduction part. What is adaptations? Adaptations is ability to survive in the situations as per the habitat, okay, to remain safe, ability to survive in the particular situation, in the particular habitat is called adaptations, okay. Now in your textbook of Collins, there is one activity is given there, one picture, three pictures are given there. There is a camel, there is a monkey and there is a fish, and they asked you to write down the habitat of these particular animals. So obviously what you are going to write? You will write camel live on land obviously, monkey live on tree obviously, and fish lives in water, okay. So while discussing the lesson animal adaptations, we must have to see in this lesson adaptations to environment first, then we will see adaptations for food, then we will see adaptations for protection, okay, and then we will see extinct and endangered animals which are very few in number, okay. So we will start with the first point, that is adaptations to environment. Okay, so while discussing adaptations to environment, while discussing adaptations to environment, we have to discuss the habitat, or we have to discuss the animals where they live. Okay, so under the heading of this particular point, under the heading of this adaptations to environment, we have to discuss animals are grouped as on based on the environment in which they live. They grouped as into four categories, that is terrestrial animals, aquatic animals, amphibians, aerial and arboreal. Okay, these are the five main types. On the base on which animals live, animals are categorized into these five main parts. Terrestrial animals, okay, see. Then aquatic animals, that we will study in the next video. Then amphibians, then arboreal and then aerial. These are the five main kinds of animals on the base on which they live, on the base of their environment. Okay, so in today's video we will see the animals which are terrestrial. What are the terrestrial animals and what are the features and what are the adaptations of these particular animals. Let's move on. See, we have already seen the terrestrial world in lesson number 2, that is plant adaptations. Here we are discussing animal adaptations. Only the thing is, that time we have discussed the different types of adaptations of plants, and here we have to discuss different kinds of adaptations for animals, right? So terrestrial, you might know the meaning of terrestrial. Yes, you are right. The animals which live on land, the animals which live on land are called terrestrial animals. Simple definition, I think. The animals which live on land are called terrestrial animals. Okay. The animals which live on land. So we all are human beings. We all are living in water, tree, then yes, we all are live on land. So we people are also which category of animal? We are terrestrial animals. Okay, we are terrestrial animals. Human being is the example of terrestrial animals. Then dog, cow, rabbit, many more animals are there. Okay, which are terrestrial animals. So let us discuss terrestrial animals. Animals that live on land are called terrestrial animals. The climatic conditions of land vary from place to place. Vary means different. The climatic conditions on land is not same for all the regions. Sometimes cold region, sometimes hot region, sometimes medium region. All these things are there. While we are discussing the animals which live on land, we must have to consider the climatic condition is vary from place to place. Okay, so polar regions. Polar regions are extremely cold. Polar regions are extremely cold. So which animals we found there? We found there polar bears. Okay, we found there Arctic foxes. We found there penguins. Okay, we found there seals and walruses. These are the few animals we can found at the polar region where it is very cold. Okay, so what do these animals have the special features? As I told you, to protect themselves from the cold, they have fur on their body. Okay, they have thick hairy skin which protect them to become warm in the cold regions. They have a thick hairy like structure on their body which protect these animals from cold, and they feel warm. Their body temperature will be maintained in the particular situations. Which animals are there? In the polar region, polar bear, penguins, and many more. Okay, so these animals, as they have to survive in the polar region, as the climate is very cold, so these animals have hair like structure on their body, or their skin is covered with a small hair which keep their body warm in the cold regions. Okay, see, these animals have thick hairy like structures. Animals like polar bear and walrus also have a thick layer. Polar bear and walrus, they have thick layer of fat under the skin. Animals like walrus, okay, have thick fat layer under the skin, is called blubber. Is called blubber. Animal like walrus, okay, and bear, polar bear and walrus, they have the thick layer of fat under the skin. They have thick layer of fat under the skin are called blubber. So they are provided with the blubber, which is the fat layer, we can say, which is present under the skin of these animals, which keep them warm in the cold region. This is the adaptations of the cold regions animals like polar bear, walrus, penguins, and etc. Okay, let's move to the next part. You know, many animals are not visible in the summer. Okay, and many animals are not visible in the winter as well. In winter, generally snake, okay, frog and bear, okay, the animals like snake, frog and bear is invisible in the winter season due to the lack of food. Due to the lack of food in the winter season, animal like snake, bear and frog they become inactive and they prefer to sleep throughout the winter season. They prefer to sleep throughout the winter season. For a long period of time they used to sleep, and they will become an inactive due to the scarcity of food, due to the lack of the food. And that's why in winter snake and frog are invisible. Okay, in rainy season you will see more snakes and frog. They will come out of their hole to find their food. Obviously, everybody needs foods to survive. So this long sleep of winter is called hibernation. Okay, the long sleep, animal like snake, frog, hibernation. Animal like snake, frog prefer to sleep throughout the winter season. They prefer to sleep throughout the winter season. So the long sleep of winter of these animals is called hibernation. So which animal used to hibernate? Animal like snake, bear and frog used to hibernate in the winter season. Okay, now we'll see deserts. Okay, mountains and deserts are also the part of environment which comes under the category of land, as they are discussing animals which live on land. Okay, so we'll see animals such as mountains, yak, mountain goat and mountain sheep. Mountain sheep, mountain goat and yak, these animals have fur on their body. And you all know mountain is also the very cold area, cold region. So they have fur on their body. This fur help us to keep their body warm in the winter season, obviously. Okay, some animals like some animals have hooves. 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 Some animals have hooves. Hooves are nothing but meaning is given there in your book. The hard covering present in the foot of some animals. The hard covering present in the foot of an animal is called hooves. So some animals have hooves which help them to walk in the slopes of mountains. As these animals live on mountain, so they used to walk there. So these hooves, that is, hooves means nothing but the hard covering of the part which is present in the foot of the animals, help them to walk in the mountain slopes. So this is the one of the thing which we have to discuss while considering the animals which live on the land. Okay. Now while discussing the terrestrial animals, as I told you, many animals used to sleep in the winter season. They used to hibernate as there is no food, so they will be inactive during the complete winter season. Now some animals are there, those who are invisible in the summer season. Same way, due to they want to escape from the heat, they want to keep themselves cold during the heat, during the summer heat. So the animals such as lizard, okay, the animals lizard, earthworms and snail, they become inactive. They used to sleep in complete summer season, and this long summer sleep is called aestivation. So which animal used to estivate? Lizard. Which animal used to estivate? Lizard, earthworm and snail. Lizard, earthworm, they need to protect their body from the extreme heat. So they used to go for a long sleep in the summer. So the long sleep in the summer is called aestivation. Okay, we have seen today hibernation and aestivation. Aestivation is nothing but the long summer sleep, and hibernation is nothing but the long winter sleep. So here today we will cover up the part of terrestrial animals. In the next video we will see aquatic animals, amphibians, arboreal, aerial and further part of the lesson. Till then, take care. Thank you.